Okay, so I wanted to help you with a few of the problems that you're going to see on your math assignment. So this is what they look like. I know some of you were having trouble finding them, so they look like this. We're going to have to ignore the guy in the background doing his lawn. He's been doing that forever now, so I'm gonna have to ignore that. But the first one I want to talk about is number 4. So it tells us that the total is 24 inches. So we already know the perimeter. So we cannot pass our total. So what we're trying to find is each side of this square. And we know that a square has to have the same side measurement because a square has all sides that are equal. So I have to figure out what number adds up to give me 24. Or I can think of 24 divided by 4 sides. So if you know your 4 facts, how many times can 4 fit into 24? So the next two I want to talk about are 5 and 6. And I'm not going to do the math for you. I am just going to talk you through it. So I want to find the difference between the perimeters of the two rectangles. So what I have to do is find the perimeter for this one, then find the perimeter for this one, and then difference tells us to do what? Subtract. So make sure that you are labeling all of your sides. So if this side is 10, this side is 10. If this side is 3, this side is 3. Doing that helps my brain to remember that I'm adding all 4 sides. If you forget to label your sides, you might think to only add 10 plus 3. But I should be adding all of the sides together. So I would add up those numbers and get my perimeter. Do the same thing for the next one. If this side is 8, this side is 8. If this side is 7, this side is 7. And find my perimeter for this one. Once I have found both of my perimeters, I would subtract them to get my final answer. Remember to always put the bigger number on top when you subtract. You will do the same thing for number 6. Number 7 and number 8 tell you to double the value. So I would find the perimeter for the rectangle they gave me. If this side is 14, this side is 14. If this side is 3, this side is 3. I'm going to add up all my sides to find my perimeter. And double means to do what? It means that I could add my perimeter 2 times. So I could do perimeter plus perimeter. Or I could do perimeter times 2. So whatever I got for my perimeter, I could multiply it by 2 to get my final answer. And number 8 is the exact same thing. Okay, let's look at number 9. So this one looks a little bit different because they gave us a real picture and they didn't label it for us. So that'll be your job. You have to read the problem and label the picture. So it says that he has this fence in his backyard and it is 17 by 24 feet. So I'm going to label this picture. Well, 17 would probably be the shorter sides, right? And 24 would be the longer sides. So then I would find the perimeter for this fence by adding up all the sides. Number 10, same thing. The only difference is it gives us some extra information. We don't need to know that this pool is 8 feet deep. All we need for perimeter is length plus width. So same thing, 30 feet long and 18 feet wide. And I would find the perimeter. Okay? Number 13 is similar to number 4. You have to find out the sides of each side of this square to equal the total that they gave you. Number 14, same thing. Find the perimeter just like we did for number 9 and number 10. Number 11 and 12, it tells you to cut your value in half. So I would find the perimeter for all of the sides and add them up. And then to cut it in half means to do what? Divide. Divide by what? 2. So whatever I get for my perimeter, I'm going to divide it by 2. Same thing for number 12. Number 15 and 16 are going to be multi-step problems, so you just kind of have to think through it. Okay, be very careful. Make sure you read all of the information that you need. She has 4 picture frames. So you have to find the perimeter for this picture frame and think about, okay, well, if she has 4 of them, then what would I do? Okay, so I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know.